Good morning, students. Today we are going to study chapter number 10 of your NCERT book, Light, Reflection and Refraction. So there are two parts of the chapter, reflection and refraction. At first we are going to study part number 1, reflection. Refer to page number 160 and 161 for better understanding of the chapter. Now the topics to be covered in your chapter are reflection of light, laws of reflection, types of reflection, differences between regular and irregular reflection. Now let us start with the topic light. What is light? Light is a form of energy which helps us to see objects. You might have studied the different forms of energy in your grade 9. Such as mechanical energy, potential energy, sound energy. So light is one among them or one form of energy, and with the help of light we are able to see different objects. Now you might have observed different phenomena around you like formation of shadows, formation of images by mirrors and lenses, bending of light by a medium, twinkling of stars, formation of rainbow, etc. And you might wonder how this phenomena takes place in your everyday life. All these answers we will cover in this chapter. These are some phenomena. Now, the question arises, how do we see things? When light falls on any object, it bounces back to the eyes of observer. Here, the observer is girl and the object is tree. So, when the sunlight is falling on this tree, what is happening? It is being reflected or bouncing back to the eyes of the girl, and thus the girl is able to see the tree. So, this phenomena is known as reflection. Now, let us see how we define reflection. When light falls on a highly polished surface like a mirror, most of the light is sent back into the same medium. This process is known as reflection of light. So, if we have any highly polished surface such as mirror, and when light falls on it, suppose this is a mirror and when light falls on it, what happens? It gets reflected or it is sent back to the same medium. If it is coming from the air, it is sent back to the air itself. So, this phenomena is known as reflection of light. Now, laws of reflection of light. Before studying the laws of reflection of light, let us see some of the concepts involved in this topic. First is incident ray. The light ray which hits the object is known as incident ray. So, this yellow light which is hitting the object, it is the mirror. Suppose it is a mirror and this ray of light, yellow light is striking the mirror. So, this ray of light is known as incident ray. The light ray which bounces off is called the reflected ray. Now, when this incident ray is striking the mirror, what is happening? It is bouncing back. So, this phenomena is called reflection, and this red ray of light is known as reflected ray. Now, we can also see another line, blue dash line. What is this? The normal to a surface is a line that runs perpendicular to the surface. So, this line is running perpendicular. It is making right angle to the surface of the mirror. And this line, this ray of light is known as normal. Now, similarly, when we see this diagram, here is the incident ray which is falling on the mirror, the reflected ray which is bouncing back, and this red light is the ray of normal. Now, what is this angle called? The angle between the incident ray and the normal. What is this angle called? This angle is called the angle of incidence. It is denoted by I. Now, we can also see this angle, the angle between the reflected ray and the normal. This angle is called the angle of reflection. So, how you can define the angle of reflection? The angle between the reflected ray and the normal is called the angle of reflection. Now, let us study laws of reflection of light one by one. The first law states that the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. That is, this angle that is angle of incidence, is always equal to the angle of reflection. This angle is 30 degree, then this angle is also 30 degree. If it is 45 degree, then it is also 45 degree. Next law states that the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal to the mirror at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. That is, these three rays, incident ray, normal and the reflected ray, all lie in the same plane on the same side of the mirror, and all three of them strikes the mirror at the point of incidence. So this was all about the laws of reflection. You can also see in this diagram, angle of incidence, angle of reflection are equal. I equals to R. And all three rays, incident ray, normal and reflected ray, lies in the same plane. So hope the laws of reflection is clear. Next we will talk about the types of reflection. So basically the reflection are of two types. You have also studied in 8th standard or 7th standard. Let us see what are regular and irregular reflection. The types of reflection are of two types, regular and irregular. Irregular reflection is also known as diffuse reflection. Let us see one by one. So regular reflection. Light hits a smooth surface. Here we can see a smooth surface. The surface is smooth. Light hits in regular reflection. Light is hitting, this incident ray of light is hitting the smooth surface. All rays of light are reflected at the same angle. So you can say these parallel rays of light are coming here and all they are reflected in the same angle. Produced clear image, but eyes must be in the direct path of the reflected rays to see the image. In this reflection, a clear image is obtained. We can see the image produced. Next, diffuse reflection. Light hits through a rough surface. Here we can see there is a rough surface here, like that of the table. So each ray is reflected at different angle. Light is striking at the rough surface and all the ray of light are reflected through different angles. You can see here different angles. They are reflected through different angles, and reflected angles don't remain parallel. Here you can see the reflected rays are also parallel because the incident rays are parallel. But here the incident rays are only parallel and reflected rays don't remain parallel. When light is scattered, you see the surface from any position. Now when light is scattered, no particular image is formed, but you can only see the surface. Such as, take the example here. Here is a smooth water surface. The water surface was smooth, so you can see the clear reflection of the hill. But here the water surface was wavy, but you cannot see the clear reflection. So this is the example of regular reflection, and this is the example of irregular reflection. Regular reflection takes through a smooth surface. Irregular reflection takes through a rough surface. The light rays coming parallel are reflected parallel. The light rays coming parallel are not reflected parallel. Now here is a home assignment for you. This home assignment you have to do in your notebook, and you can send me the answers of this home assignment. For the answers, you can refer to page number 160 to 161. So here was all about reflection of light. In the next topic, we will discuss about the different types of mirror and different types of images. Till then, take care and thank you.